Hello.
Hi everyone.
STELIX is back for something special, a holiday special, right?
Very special.
And guess who's here? A special guest.
A very special guest. Mi mami, que tiene 97 años.
So
¿Qué tú dices de eso?
I'll translate. She's 97. She's a dancer. She does a lot of gymnastics.
She's looking for a boyfriend.
She's looking for a boyfriend.
Está buscando un nuevo. Tiene que tener chavo.
A lot of money she
Yeah.
needs.
No?
So she lives with us downstairs in the in-law apartment, just one flight down. But how exciting is that Consuelo is going to be here to do this holiday recipe. So, arroz con dulce. I'm Puerto Rican.
Con dulce. Y esto es una receta.
I said that right.
Sí.
Arroz con dulce.
Arroz con dulce,
Sí,
sí.
sí.
Una receta puertorriqueña
puertorriqueña.
y una receta en específico que yo aprendí con mami y en Puerto Rico hay muchas variedades de arroz con dulce. Una receta no es mejor que la otra, son recetas diferentes y esta receta específicamente es una receta que tú aprendiste de tu mamá. O sea, que esto viene de los años de la guácara, ¿verdad? Y del campo. Okay, translate.
No, so let me translate for English-speaking people.
Okay.
So,
I can't wait to hear
Elix
this.
and Consuelo get on their knees every day because they met me, and I brought them all to this. That if it wasn't for me, I couldn't expand their world. I couldn't bring them to a place where they really feel happiness and love. And, you know, I put them through cooking school. So that's the translation. And it makes me feel humble, to be honest.
Sure.
So that's
humble. That actually describes you to a T. Humble. And he does believe that story, by the way. This is nothing that he
That's
doesn't
what I
believe.
hear. Like, you know, on Charlie Brown, the teacher, wah, 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 wah. That's what I hear when he speaks Spanish to Consuelo. But really, you
Well,
interpret
after
it just
30
about...
years, I think you know plenty of Spanish.
I do.
Yes.
But what they were just saying is that the dish, arroz con dulce, that they have, Consuelo has made it for a long time from
Yes.
her mother, from when they lived in the mountains of Puerto Rico. Because Consuelo still has a house in Puerto Rico. Elix grew up in Puerto Rico. So they are Boricua.
Her house, where she lives, is still in Puerto Rico.
Yes,
Sí,
yes,
sí, sí,
yes,
sí.
yes.
Okay, so we're
We're gonna
get
do this?
started?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, here. By the way, I don't know if I said that it is Christmas Eve, and look at outside. This is like perfect Christmas Eve on campus. The pond is completely white, and it's been snowing and flurrying all day long.
So here we are, and first of all, let's tell you, what the main ingredients are. So, una de las cosas que nosotros hacemos es un té, ¿verdad? So this requires that you make a tea with spices. Now, most of the recipes will call for just cinnamon, jengibre, cinnamon, ginger, and clavos. But
Cinnamon.
sí, y canela. But my mother has always added a couple of different spices. Anís, está el anís estrellado y anís en grano. Now, these are pretty strong spices, so, we don't use a lot of it, but I have to say, it gives it a very, very unique flavor, and this is, so what you do, Stephen, right here, is, I actually make a little tea bag and put them in there. That's the ginger. And as you can see, it turns brown. That is going to give color al arroz, ¿verdad? Eso es lo que le da color.
What's this?
That's ginger. So this is already, the tea is already made.
And that's tea in there.
I just made a little tea bag. This is a lot easier to just get it out. And it gives it a lot of flavor. ¿Qué tú dices?
Echaste unas cuantas especies ahí.
Sí, le eché todas las especies. El anís estrellado, el anís en grano, la canela, los clavos y el jengibre. Okay?
Sí.
So now, other ingredients. So we soak the raisins in water so that they get plump again. As you can see, look at how plump they are. So we're gonna remove the water.
That happens to me when I go in the jacuzzi.
Good.
Just saying.
You can't help yourself,
No.
can you? We use coconut milk, and we also use coconut cream because we want a lot of rich coconut flavor.
Rich.
I also add brown sugar because this adds color as well. And of course, you know, we want to add coco rallado.
Oh, sí.
Sí, porque
So coconut.
it's coconut. Now, like I said before in other recipes, I prefer the unsweetened coconut because there's plenty of sugar here, so we don't want to overdo it. But this is gonna give every little bite that little coconut, you know, flavor, ¿verdad? Así que.
Does Consuelo remember
salt.
her mother making this?
Mami, que si tú te recuerdas, mami, tu abuela haciendo esto.
Mami.
Sí, lo hacía todos los años para Navidad, ¿verdad?
Siempre, siempre.
Every year for Christmas, my grandmother would make this. Oh, something very important is you actually have to put the rice, you know, in water, ¿verdad? ¿Por cuánto?
Como una hora, hora y pico.
Yeah, like 1 hour or over an hour, it doesn't matter, but
El arroz ablande.
¿para qué? Para que el arroz ablande. So, you know, this is so that the rice actually softens and it becomes, you know, more soft when we cook it. Cooks faster also. Okay, so I think we're gonna get started. So lo primero que vamos a hacer es
¿Qué cantidad de agua tú le
Station break. I'll be home for Christmas. This is coming from our sponsors. Thank you.
echaría 2 tazas de peso de leche?
todo, ya está todo medido.
Todo.
Sí, estas son las 2 tazas.
So what'd you do?
So I put the tea in there, and we're actually going to get this going here. And what we're gonna do is we're going to add esta es la leche de coco, so, y entonces échale ese también. Sí, todo ahí. Mira, a ver, yo creo que se necesita una ayudita.
Sí, claro.
Espérate un momentito por aquí. Con esta pequeñita.
Porque esto está como durito, ¿verdad?
Sí, lo de arriba está durito. Pero...
Notice Consuelo's earrings too, how fancy.
She's all done up for the holidays. So, muy bien. Very good. Es que esa es la cremita del coco. Ok. Okidoki. This is already the tea with the coconut milk, the coconut cream. We're gonna add a tablespoon of salt. You gotta add salt. Anything that you do sweet, salt balances the sweetness. And I drained the water from the rice, so we're just gonna now put the rice right in there. And there's, believe it or not, this a cup and a half of rice, but because it was in water, it looks like much more than that, but it's just a cup and a half. Taza y media.
Media de arroz echaste.
Taza y media de arroz. Okay? Okay. Now we are going to add the brown sugar. Okay? And that's a cup of brown sugar. Again, that it adds color. Mami, rompela un poquitito que está media.
Tiene que ser. Entonces se le echa, cuando se echa, se le echa carne encima.
By the way, it's like 10 degrees out, and this crazy Puerto Rican has shorts on.
That's because I was working out and I came here from working out. And we're gonna add the.
Ahorita sacas a la nena.
Espérate, my mom.
Consuelo, she is putting the hammer down
Yes.
and
So,
making sure this is done correctly.
She's right. So I
See.
had to drain the raisins and just throw them in there. Okay. And so far it looks amazing already. And one thing that we absolutely have to do is we have to add the cinnamon sticks. So we're just gonna add a couple of cinnamon sticks to that and let them cook. You put cinnamon sticks in the little tea bag, but you wanna add some more. And last, we're gonna dump some of the, or all of the shredded coconut in there, okay? Okay, ahora lo puedes menear bien. So look at how delicious that looks. That's already looking incredible, and I think it's gonna, let's see.
Hay que probarlo.
Sí, vamos a probar. So we're gonna do the taste. Mira, a ver. Okay. Está bueno.
But this is not on heat yet, though, right?
No, it's already cooking.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's already cooking. And now this has to now simmer slowly.
Esperar que pese bien, que pese.
So what you're saying is we're gonna let it simmer and it's gonna thicken, but we don't want it, this is gonna be more like the consistency of risotto, not regular rice where it's nice and dry. No, this is a wet risotto style rice pudding. It's arroz con dulce estilo puertorriqueño.
Now, how long does this go?
Probably for about an hour. Yeah, we're just gonna simmer it slowly. See what she's doing, it requires a lot of stirring. So she's gonna be stirring.
That's why she's got guns.
That's oh my God, by the way. Oh, I forgot to say, you gotta use real ginger. Ese es el jengibre. So, this is what it looks like, see? And I put a chunk, I peeled it, I flattened it just to get the flavor out of the root. And I dump this in the tea, and that's what gives, again, it gives this such a rich, warm, spiced flavor. And I think, in my opinion, is super delicious. Sí, yo creo que sí.
Déjame cambiar la mano porque...
No, pero ahora no tienes, lo puedes dejar ahí que hasta que empiece el vino.
And of course, we wanted to make sure that there were other people that could give feedback after this was done because, no one can tell how it tastes when it is complete. So we've got this woman here. Her name is Alma. So Alma is ready, as you can tell. She's got a little weight on her, but she's going to help us out. Right, Alma? That's right. So Alma is ready. She's got some presents here. She's all good.
So, by the way, because today's the day where you just want to be in the kitchen and do all kinds of
Christmas
stuff.
Eve.
Christmas Eve. So look what I did. They're cooling off, but these are spiced nuts, pecans. She's allegedly diabetic. Allegedly.
That's a big allegedly.
Allegedly. I think she was...
So how are these done?
The way I do them, I use egg whites. I cover them in egg whites. I make a mix of cinnamon, allspice, salt, let's see, and I'm not, as something, any spices, and I combine it all, and I bake them until they're done. Now they're cooling so that they get crunchy and we can munch on this later on. So, that's exactly what's going to happen. And we are back. It's been about 30 to 45 minutes, and take a look. So the rice looks nice and plump, ¿verdad, mami? Mira, ver. As you can see, it's really drying, but it's not dry. Look, again, this is risotto style. If you That's what it looks like. And I think this is good. Espérate un momento. So, espérate. We are going to, me tienes que decir cómo está. Pruébalo. No te queme.
Eso es frío.
This is all that matters.
She is the one that can say, is it good?
Very, very, very good.
¿Te recuerda el arrocito que abuela hacía? That means yes.
Perfecto.
Yes.
See?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just turn it off, and we are going to cover it and let it continue to cook. And because we don't want it to dry too much, but we do want it to, cook a little longer, and then we're gonna serve it.
How much longer?
It's off. So we're just gonna let it sit for
Entonces
probably.
falta, después que se sirva en el platón,
See, so what she's saying is after it's done, we're gonna put it on a plate, and then we're gonna sprinkle some cinnamon. But you gotta stay tuned. I'm
Sure.
gonna show you.
Sure. We're not going anywhere.
We are ready with the final product, and as you can see, La Doñita is already serving it. And this is how we serve it. We put it in a big plate. Look how beautiful.
I see the cinnamon stick.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. And according to my mom, it tastes even better. Está bueno, ¿verdad, mami? ¿Se deja comer?
oh, que échalo a la basura.
No, and she was saying that it really reminds her of my grandmother, her mom, because this is a recipe that really came from her. We added a few things, like, some of the coconut flakes that we added.
Do you remember your grandmother making it?
Of course, absolutely, yeah. And my aunt, the one that I grew up with, used to wait for the bottom part, what we call the pegao, and my grandmother would give it to her, ¿verdad, mami?
I didn't know pigao was here too. I thought it was just on regular rice.
No, you can see the pegao. No le ponga. That's pegao right there. So, está durito.
Qué bonito está, oye.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, as she gets that ready.
City Racings. Ay, qué lindo.
So what she's doing is she's just, making it so that when it gets cold, you can actually cut it in slices. Because it's gonna come out
Like a pie.
like a pie, yeah. So, but that looks beautiful. And that's gonna be a pretty thick arroz con dulce.
Qué bonito está.
What?
Yo puedo llevar para abajo.
What happens to the cinnamon stick?
Wow.
So some people prefer to take the cinnamon sticks out. I actually like them in. So we left one in, we kept one out. And but it's a matter of choice. Whatever makes you happy, you can do whatever you want. But again, this is what it looks like. But that's not the finished product. So what we do, now that she finished with that, so we are going to,
Échale la canelita.
yeah. So then we just put cinnamon on top and make it look pretty. There are people who, ¿verdad, mami? Que hay personas que le echan galletas.
Ay, sí.
Pero-
Elisa le echaba galletas bolitas, ¿no?
Yeah, my mother does not like that idea. She doesn't think that
What's the idea?
it's a galleta like crust,
Set of cinnamon. They
crushed
crush crackers.
crackers.
Oh.
But you know, the idea, I mean, look how beautiful
How
that
dare
looks.
someone do that?
Yeah, she doesn't like it. I mean, I guess the idea is because the saltine crackers with the sweet add a little bit of contrast of sweet and sour, but we like it. We think this is more traditional. and
Come un platito.
that's how we like it. So, and there's more. So we're gonna just do the remaining on a smaller.
So
plate.
is that ready to eat, or that has to be refrigerated?
I mean, yeah, no. You should let it sit and then refrigerate it. Or
For how long?
Serve it at room temperature. No, I mean it's a matter of choice. We're just gonna let it sit at room temperature, and we'll cut it later on after we eat dinner tonight.
Okay, now the big finish.
The big finish is we empty
vacía.
the pot. She's eating the pegao. I'm eating the in between the cinnamon stick, and it's delicious. I mean, seriously, this is
Le gusta Consuelo? You like?
And look at the finished product. Looks amazing.
I gotta say that I have never really been a big fan of arroz con dulce. I don't know why, because this is
Delicious.
Maravilloso.
so good.
Yeah.
You can taste all the different ingredients Elix, you and Consuelo put in, and it's so rich. It is. I just ate this. Whatever you put on the plate is gone. So I love it.
Extremado terminado.
So honestly, this really shot me right back to being in Ponce, Puerto Rico, where they're from. I mean, of course, I know that most of the tips I gave them, they took credit for it, but that's okay.
And not to
Because I
mention,
did spend a couple of
you
summers.
grew up in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I grew up in a couple of summers in Rincon. This one doesn't believe me. I don't know why.
Que se quería un rincón, dice.
¿Eh?
She says nothing. She's quiet, ¿verdad, mami? Tú dices nada. No.
But look at this. Look at
Look
it.
at how beautiful.
It-
Look at how beautiful that is.
It is
And it
amazing.
tastes delicious.
It's amazing. So from this amazing Consuelo and Elix, your recipe, arroz con dulce.
Arroz con dulce.
Yes. And from us, we say,
Feliz Navidad.
Navidad.
and Merry Christmas
Merry Christmas.
to everybody from ours to yours.
Bye,
I
everyone.
hope you guys enjoyed it.
Bye-bye.